All right, so you ready to dive into this one? Because honestly, this source material has me a little creeped out.
It's here. What do we got?
Okay, so imagine, right? You're holed up in a mansion, middle of nowhere. Sounds like a zombie movie, yeah. And you stumble across this report. Seems handwritten, totally panicked, talking about something called the tyrant virus.
Tyrant virus. Okay, that's not ominous at all.
No, right. And it gets better, or worse, I guess. The report talks about this chemical cocktail, V-JOLT, meant to combat this virus. V-JOLT, even the name, sounds like something out of a video game.
V-JOLT. Yeah, it does have a certain ring to it, doesn't it? But also kind of a weird name for something that's supposedly a scientific solution, right? Like, is it a cure? A weapon?
That's what's so unsettling we don't know. The
Ah.
report reads like a frantic message, trying to explain something terrifying. It's less like a research paper and more like a warning scribbles on a napkin.
I'm intrigued, but I need more context. What else do we know about where this report came from?
Okay, so check this out. Spencer Mansion, isolated in the Arklay Mountains. Sound familiar?
Hold on, is that ringing a bell? Arklay Mountains. That's gotta be significant.
It's like every creepy mansion in every horror movie ever. Remote, cut off, probably has a spooky history no one talks about.
And that isolation makes you wonder, was it chosen on purpose? Like, to contain something? Because
Right.
you've flagged this location in our research before, haven't you?
Exactly. This mansion, along with a few others, keeps popping up connected to these weird incidents, always something to do with, well, things getting out of hand.
All right, so we've got a creepy mansion, we've got a name that screams danger, but what exactly does this tyrant virus do?
Right, so the specifics are fuzzy, but it's definitely messing with plant life. Badly. And get this, you circled a part that mentions Plant 42.
Plant 42, that sends shivers down my spine. That's giving Little Shop of Horrors vibes.
Right. The way it's described, it doesn't sound like your average house plant anymore. It's like mutated, monstrous even.
So, is this mansion some kind of secret botanical lab? Did this tyrant virus escape from there?
That's what we're trying to figure out. And here's where VJOT comes back in. The report calls it a mix of different, get ready for this, UMB chemicals. You flagged UMB like 5 times. What's the deal with that?
Well, you know how I love a good acronym mystery. Now, I haven't found any official records, but based on the context and some, let's call it adjacent research, I wouldn't be surprised if UMB stood for something like umbrella biohazard.
Umbrella biohazard.
Yeah.
As in bioweapons.
It's a working theory.
Okay, that's terrifying. But so this VJOT, is it a bioweapon itself or
That's the million-dollar question.
it,
This report makes it sound like an antidote, something to fight this plant 42, but the way they describe mixing it, it's like handling nitroglycerin. There's a very specific order for these UMB chemicals. One wrong move, and boom, you're not dealing with an infected plant anymore. You're dealing with lethal poisonous gas.
you've also highlighted the part where they add a blue chemical last? I think that's significant.
It could be a stabilizing agent or a catalyst. Whatever it is, it seems crucial to the whole equation because the report emphasizes how fast and lethal V-JOLT is. 5 seconds, direct contact. Plant 42 is toast.
5 seconds. That's terrifyingly fast. It makes you wonder who wrote this report and who are they sending it to?
It really does. It's like imagine the pressure, right? You're in this creepy mansion, something's going terribly wrong, and you're frantically trying to document everything while whipping up a deadly chemical cocktail.
Are they leaving a warning for someone? A desperate plea for help? Or is it just, the ramblings of someone who knows they're doomed?
It's impossible to say for sure, but the mere existence of this report raises more questions than it answers.
Which brings us to the big question for our listeners. If you were in that mansion, facing that unknown threat, would you take the risk of creating V-Jolt? Knowing its dangers? Knowing you could make things even worse?
It's a gamble, that's for sure. A gamble with potentially catastrophic consequences. But then again, in a desperate situation, who knows what choices we might make?